guys, how are you? So today we are going to continue studying about the regular verbs in the past tense. So let's open the book on page 30. Como vocês sabem, agora a gente vai entrar numa fase de estudar os verbos irregulares. Então aqui é muito importante a gente decorar. Eu entreguei para alguns de vocês, mandei também o link em PDF de uma lista dos mais comuns verbos irregulares em inglês. E é muito importante decorar, porque não tem uma regra que vai dizer que você tem que escrever esse de um jeito ou dizer do outro. É decorar. Diferentemente do regular, que é só acrescentar ed ou d ou ied. Irregular, cada um tem seu formato, então não tem o que fazer. A minha ideia era fazer chamada oral com vocês todas as aulas a partir de agora, mas como a gente tá tendo aula por vídeo, quando a gente voltar eu vou fazer essa chamada oral, hein? Então vocês já podem estudar nessa lista. Muito importante estudar essa lista, nem que seja pelo celular, não tem como imprimir. Eu já enviei para vocês, então é importante estudar a lista, certo? Porque a gente fala mais do passado do que do presente quando a gente está conversando. Então é muito importante saber os verbos irregulares e irregulares, ok? Então, on page 30, let's see the new content and please let's repeat. Sorry, a little loud here. Okay, let's go. To buy, to begin, to come, to do, to find. Ok, a gente já viu todos esses verbos aqui, agora eu vou ler de novo, lendo ele no presente, no passado simples e no past participle. A gente não vai usar o past participle ainda, que é a terceira coluna, mas é importante já decorar junto, tá bom? Então vamos lá. Buy, bought, bought. Begin, began, begun. Come, came, come. Do, did, done. Find, found, found. All right. Archaeology, a musical, a quiz, a fossil, archaeologist, a microscope. All right, so I have a few examples about the verbs. I will read in the present tense, in the present simple, and then in the past tense, okay? So for to buy, remember to buy is when you give money for something. For example, I need to buy hand sanitizer. I need to buy hand sanitizer to clean my hands, okay? Now an example in the past. I bought my English book last week. Okay, so in last week, I gave money to Victoria and she gave me my book. So I bought my new English book last week. Okay, now to begin. To begin means when you start to do something. For example, I will begin my English class next week. I will begin my next class next week. Here I'm talking the future, but in the past we are going to use began. So we began to study at home to protect us. For example, we stopped to go to the school to study and now we started to study at home. So we began to study at home to protect us. Here I'm talking the past. Okay, to come. In the present simple. I come to work every day. I come to work every day. Pretend I'm in London Connection, so I come to work every day. But in the past, we came to London last week. So here is in the past, I'm already done this. Okay, with do, I do my homework every week. Here I'm talking in the present simple. But if I want to talk in the past, I have to use did. I did my homework yesterday, okay? To find, all right, in the past tense. I found $50 on the floor. I found $50 on the floor. Or in the future, I'm going to find my soulmate. Okay? So found, past, find, present. All right, a musical is like Portuguese. For example, in New York, there's a Broadway with a lot of musicals to watch. A quiz is also like Portuguese, is a several questions that you have to answer. A fossil is like Portuguese. An archaeologist is like Portuguese, is the person. A microscope is like Portuguese, is the object. And archaeology, with G-Y in the finish, is the area of study, okay? So archaeology is the area of study, and archaeologist is the person, all right? Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Text me. Here we have a student activity. So I will ask here in my house and you guys have to answer there, ok? Então aqui a gente tem um student. Eu vou fazer as perguntas aqui e vocês respondem aí. Fingem que eu tô ouvindo. Me gravem, me mandem os vídeos de vocês respondendo, vai ser ótimo. Então, aqui a gente tem vários períodos, vários indicativos de passado. E eu vou fazer perguntas e vocês têm que responder colocando o verbo no passado na resposta, tá? Então, porque aqui é uma question word, então não vou fazer perguntas de yes or no, só perguntas que eu quero saber a resposta. Mais precisamente, então não vai ser de yes or no, então todas vão ter que estar com o verbo no passado. What did you do yesterday? What did you do last weekend? What did you do last month? What did you do 1 year ago? What did you do 10 years ago? Alright? Vou dar aqui um exemplo. Se alguém tivesse perguntado para mim, what did you do yesterday? Eu poderia ter dito, I watched a film yesterday. Watch it. Because watch is a regular verb. Just add ed, okay? Alright. So now let's go to the let's repeat. I bought a new dress for my birthday. A musical is a film or a theater play with music. They did a quiz yesterday at school about geography. Did you come to the last lesson? The archaeologist studied a fossil with the microscope. Did she do the quiz? All right? Okay, let's repeat. What did you buy at the weekend?
I bought a car at the weekend.
Who found the fossil?
The archaeologist found the fossil.
What subjects use a microscope?
Science and the archaeology used the microscope.
What did you do on your last birthday?
I had fun on my last birthday.
Did Mr. Jones find my bag on the train?
Yes, Mr. John found your bag on the train.
Do you like to do quizzes on your phone?
Yes, I like to do quizzes on my phone.
When did the lesson begin?
The lesson began at 7 o'clock.
Will you be an archaeologist in the future?
No, I won't be an archaeologist in the future.
Did you do anything special last night?
No, I didn't do anything special last night.
Do students study archaeology at school?
No, students don't study archaeology at school.
When did you begin to learn English?
I began to learn English last year.
Did the teacher come to the last lesson?
Yes, the teacher came to the last lesson.
Did you watch the musical La La Land last year?
No, I didn't watch the musical La La Land last year.
Where did you find your pen?
I found my pen in my bag.
What do archaeologists find?
Archaeologists find fossils.
Where did archaeologists find the oldest fossil in the world?
The archaeologists found the oldest fossil in the world in the Western Australia, according to Berkeley University.
How old are these ancient fossils found in Australia?
These These ancient fossils found on Australia are 3.5 billion years old.
Who came into the room in the last 10 minutes?
Nobody came into the room in the last 10 minutes.
What did you buy your mother for her birthday?
I bought to my mother a lipstick for her birthday.
What did you do yesterday?
Yeah, I did homework yesterday.
Good, I did homework yesterday. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Let's go to the next page. Continue on page 31, okay? To the other new content. Let's repeat. A measurement. To measure. A measuring tape. A tape measure. A ruler. A dressmaker. A meter. Centimeter. Metric measurements. To sew. An inch. A foot. A yard. Imperial measurements. Fabric. Okay, a measurement is a system that we use to check how big or how long is something. For example, in Portuguese, we use meters and centimeters, okay? If somebody asks me, how tall are you? I will say I am 1 meter and 64 centimeters, okay? Or 1.64, all right? To measure is the verb. If I want to know how big is something, I have to measure it. For example, I can measure a person, or I can measure a house, or clothes, okay? A measuring tape and a tape measure, they are the same thing. It's like this. We use this to measure. This is a measuring tape, okay? I have the centimeters and the millimeters here, so I can know how big it is, all right? And also, when you work like building something or making a furniture, we have a measuring tape that we can open. They are harder than this, but they have the same thing, the centimeters and the millimeters, okay? A ruler. This is a ruler. We usually use a ruler at school, but we can also use to draw or do other things, okay? So this is a ruler. A dressmaker is a person who designs clothes, okay? Who makes clothes. So a dressmaker usually asks you to stand to see how long is your arm and your legs and something, okay? So this is a dressmaker. A meter is like Portuguese. You can choose the way you like to write down, okay? In British or American way, they mean the same thing. A centimeter is the same rule, so the same as Portuguese, you can write with R-E or E-R, okay? To sew, here I have a needle. So when I'm doing like this in a cloth, I'm sewing, okay? So this is a needle, and to sew is when you are sewing a cloth. This is the verb for this. All right, metric measurement and imperial measurement. In Brazil, we use metric measurements. We use centimeters, millimeters, and meters, okay? Imperial measurements, they use other types of things to measure. For example, an inch, a foot, a yard. Okay, here in the little black square, we have these things. For example, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. 1 foot equals 30.48 centimeters. 1 yard means 91.44 centimeters. Okay? And also we have 12 inches equals 1 foot. 3 feet equals 1 yard. 1,760 yards equals 1 mile. Alright, 1.6 kilometers equals 1 mile. So imperial measurements are these types of measurement. Okay? Inch, foot, yard. So the American people usually use those types of measurements, and the rest of the world use the other one. Alright? So few places use imperial measurements. It's most common to use metric measurements. Okay? A fabric is the material that you use to make clothes. For example, this is a fabric, okay? So you can make clothes or blankets or towels with fabric. All right? So that's it. If you have questions, let me know. Thank you. Okay, now let's repeat. American and British people use both imperial and metric measurements. Yards, feet, and inches are imperial measurements. Centimeters and meters are metric measurements. A dressmaker uses a tape measure and fabric. When I was at school, I studied metric measurements. My job is only 500 yards from my house. Okay, now let's go to the next page, to the let's practice, okay? Which countries in the world use both imperial measurements and metric measurements?
The UK, the USA, and Canada use both imperial measurements and metric measurements.
Who uses a tape measure at work?
An architect and a dressmaker use a tape measure at work.
Does a dressmaker use fabric to make clothes?
Yes, a dressmaker uses fabric to make clothes.
Good. How does a dressmaker make clothes?
A dressmaker makes clothes by cutting and sewing fabric.
How many centimeters make an inch?
2.55 centimeters make an inch.
Okay, 2.54 centimeters.
54, sorry.
Is a yard bigger than a foot?
Yes, a yard is bigger than a foot.
What type of measurements do you use in your country?
We use metric measurements in my country.
How many inches make a foot?
12 inches make a foot.
If I build a house, who will do the measurements?
If you build a house, an architect will do the measurements.
Do you measure room in feet and inches?
No, I don't measure a room in a feet and inches, but I measure a room in a centimeters and meters.
It matters. Do you know how to sew fabric?
No, I don't know how to sew fabric.
How tall is Mrs. Jones in feet and inches?
Mrs. Jones is Mrs. Jones is 5 feet 3 inches tall.
Do you have a measuring tape in your bag?
No, I don't have a measuring tape in my bag.
Did Mr. Shepherd sew his jacket?
Yes, Mr. Shepherd sewed his jacket.
Did you measure your car before you bought it?
No, I didn't measure a car before I bought it.
So no, I didn't measure my car before I bought it. Do you remember how many kilometers make a mile?
Yes, 1.6 kilometers make a mile.
Very good. So that's it for today. If you have questions, text me. I'm here for you. Bye-bye. Thank you.